Alright. Welcome back to Disco Elysium Part 5. It's another day here in Revachol. We had a bit of a cliffhanger last time. I'm so sorry about that. I'll explain why that was so important another day that I have a cliffhanger. I had a good reason, but I can't tell you yet. Mysteries abound. So as you might recall, I poked around in the bookshop. I made some headway there. I was able to establish that I am apparently like a paranormal investigator to that lady. I was hungry, yes, but there was another factor that I did not account for or mention on the stream. We left the curtain without opening it, and then I went off in another direction and had to end the stream. So I'm going to go in now, and we'll figure out what's up with the curtain. I'm assuming she doesn't have anything else to say, right? We kind of went through it all.
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
What'd you call me?
Oh. What about?
Okay. I've noticed his bag looks a little bit scrotacular, if you will. Is that intentional? Only from that angle, I guess. Signing the paperwork to voice Goldman in Disco Elysium 2. Oh, wouldn't you love that?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Oh, I didn't mean the color. No, I just meant the shape. You know, it's a little bit of that. You know what? Probably all know what a scrotum looks like. Let's pull the curtains open, shall we?
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little Seminese wards, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
If you don't know, you can't ask. Also, you mentioned Aladdin's pants vibes. You've all seen that image, right? Where they they show you what his legs look like to make the shape of the pants. I can't get that out of my head, and it's been like 15 years.
Oh!
A small, terrified O escapes from Plaisance as she tries her best to look away. Her round face buried in her hands. I suppose you could search for, like, Aladdin flesh pants or something. Maybe you'll find it that way. If you know a good search for it, say so. If you see something, say something. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. Very mysterious. I like this picture in the back. It's like very David Bowie. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Nice. Androgyny is cool. Looks like a Guillaume Le Mignon. That hair poster. Did I say that a little bit right?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
They almost look a little bit like those Japanese seals. I guess that's sort of a... It's not just a Japanese thing, right? There's a bunch of cultures that use similar warding trinkets or... Oh, I don't know a better word for it, to be honest. Knock on the door, unlock the door with the key, or pain threshold challenging 12, break down the door. I don't see a reason to necessarily do that. Well, we have the key, but let's knock first, just in case.
Only an echo. No one is there.
It's generally just good manners to knock on any door you're about to open unless you are the only one who it will affect.
A hollowed-out, dark echo.
Excuse me? Unlock the door, please.
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key. It's eerily silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room.
It is called a fuda. I thought it's an ofuda. Or is that a different thing? Kim, maybe you should go first, or... No, I'll just open the door and enter. I can handle it. I don't actually believe there's ghosts here. There could be someone else living here, though, because there's apparently a gym. Oh, that would be so sick to have a basement gym. Just like a man named Jimothy that lives downstairs. And if you need help or someone to talk to, he's just always there. Just talk to Jim. What's he doing?
What is this place?
The lieutenant stares at the dusty training equipment. It's an adventure, or it's the netherworld beyond the veil. It looks like a gym to me. Yeah, I agree with that one. I think this may be Artemitep's boxing club for young athletes. I like that answer even more.
I think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages.
Oh, wow, he just agreed.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out.
Oh, I do have a flashlight because I took it out of the car. Thank you.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam of daylight falling from the window.
Yeah.
Other than that, the room is dark.
Have you ever realized, you know how when you see in a beam of light, there's just like tons of dust in it? That's just there all the time. It's just the dust allows us to see it. Do you ever realize how dusty the air is that we breathe all the time? Oh no. How do we do it?
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages? Or let's just keep going. I'm sure there's a regular abandoned... it's just a regular abandoned house. Nothing mysterious.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I think that Kim appreciates when I don't play into the pseudoscience act. Right? I think that he's just, like, happy about when we don't do that. And I want to make Kim happy, honestly. That's one of my goals in this playthrough, is to leave Kim respecting me by the end of this. I really hope that's something that's possible. Worn out wall bars. I have never heard the name of those before, even though it's the most obvious thing in the world. I've never heard those being called wall bars. Mark wall bars. You know how... That's silly. Sorry, I'm trying not to make him angry at me, but here I go anyway. For how much we've chatted already, I'm really impressed that he hasn't done or said really hardly anything that I would consider to be something that would make me feel antagonistic toward him. This poster says... Oh, I thought that said citrus. I got really disappointed when it didn't say... Can it say citrus, please? Lame. Oh, it's the ball we need! Our war guys are gonna be so happy about this. Do I have, like, a weight to my inventory? I have a price. Okay, so I guess I can carry lots of heavy things if I want. I appreciate that. I'm gonna replace my chain cutters with my flashlight, because Kim said that would be a good idea, and I appreciate when he gives me ideas. Sand is dripping from a punching... Wait, does sand drip? Sand, like, trickles, right? What does sand do? Sorry, my fan was annoying me. I had to move it slightly. Try lifting. Oh, can I get swole in here? Can I get a physique upgrade? Sand trickles. It runs? It's not a liquid, though. It's just a lot of tiny particles rolling over each other. What if it drops grain by grain? Oh, don't get me started on the grain silo theory again. Here we go. Oh, shit. Condemned criminal origins. You better not have some mannequins back here. Wait till Nick finds out what water is. Don't tell me. I don't want a spoiler. I'm also missing things in the game because I'm too hyped tonight to play Disco Elysium. I need to pay attention. Sorry. Oh, I thought I could look at these bits of paper on the floor. I cannot. Alright, this place is, like, a little bit creepy, for sure. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Just the way I like it. A large demijohn? Full of strange liquid. What is a demijohn? It's partially a john? Is this a new type of toilet for a new kind of family? Kim, please help. What is a demijohn? Oh, there are mannequins, because of course there are. It's a narrow glass bottle. Airship rotors covered in spider webs remind you of blades. Like the kind that fight vampires? I guess if you dropped a helicopter on top of a vampire, it would fight it, sort of. Oh, wow. We don't want another Amarillo back here, do we? This week on Sewer Gators, another fucking shithole. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. Oh, come on, how yellow and strange can it be? The color of sulfur is a little strange, and that's sort of yellow. Clattering commences. Oh! Is that a half-orc? There's some sort of D&D meeting back here. Kim? Oh, shit. The Twitcher got Kim. He's an SCP now.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
A Nick Cave mural.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the notes. There better be a C-flat.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune out, Whirl Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
I played Whirl Untethered. It was a PSP game. Came out in 2007 by Naughty Dog.
The full text reads, Heat Death of the Universe is the new black.
Oh, I thought it was
note
orange.
Says, the biggest advancement in role-playing systems since the 30s.
Holy shit. Incredible. So they're doing like Satan shit back here with D&D, right? Because anybody that plays D&D is definitely satanic, is what I've heard.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid.
Is this...
the grand scheme of production and money.
Is this some kind of crypto grift? I don't know what a daily mini-me is, but it sounds like a crypto grift.
It looks a bit like an academic calendar.
Oh.
Only much more brutal.
Brutal.
Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called RUN. Station 41
I am
tried
not
to
N.
implement it a few years ago, but failed.
I'm sorry about that death metal growl. It came out really bad. Keep reading what happened.
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
What's the rarest number you know about? Because I think mine is like 1.0041.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field of nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, see the prod schedule filament for details.
Production schedule, I figured it out. It's not about cattle prods at all. Inspect the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow.
The Night King awaits.
Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones.
I could make that into a song. It just sounds like a song already.
You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden.
What the hell is Boreal Dwarg? Sounds like a makeup brand.
A pinned postcard reads, the heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun. drifting through the universe.
No, I already played that game. Yeah, we all cried at the end. It was a whole thing. I'm not talking about that game anymore. I'm not doing the DLC either. Stop trying to make me. I don't know who put you up to this, Kim. Somebody in chat, probably.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures
Lithe, I love that word.
different types of Welkins. You make out autumnal candle Welkins, casting wax-based
What's
magic.
happening? Autumnal candle Welkins. I mean, that sounds cool. I love autumnal stuff.
Translucent Welkins, with organs shining under
Oh,
their
I don't
skin.
love that. That
And
sounds
even
bad.
ether Welkins, hailing from the vast
That's
emptiness
cooler.
of sidereal space.
Oh, it was Creep Hair that did it. Okay. Well, that's fine. I appreciate that you're sorry. Let's not let it happen again.
Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind?
Is it me?
You should adopt one of those Welkins as your persona.
Oh.
No longer a mere man, but a Welkin.
You'd never see it coming. Actually, Persona 5 Royal is on sale for like another 10 hours or something. I think it's like $22 and change. It's not the best price, but also that game is usually really expensive, so I thought that was a bit better than average.
One of the Welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Okay, examine the Welkin. This is important.
It's Vara Hamira.
Varda Hamura.
His face white and scarred like cracked marble.
That's
this
cool.
is clearly a Welkin supremacist.
Oh, that's less cool.
The note says, all non-Welkin races
not cool at
will
all.
be purged.
Really didn't read ahead at all. I was just reacting to
The
things.
Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
I will only imagine a world filled with gherkins. Delicious, delicious sandwich gherkins.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Yeah. Why would anyone spend so much time on this? Or who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions. Whisper. One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins. I'm gonna whisper because that one's just oddly funny to me.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
The lieutenant nods at the Welkin's facial hair. Who drew them? I want to know.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
No, I didn't really think it was real, but that's okay. Why would anyone spend so much time?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
He's talking about the game he's in. It's not lost on me, Kim. I know you can see from beyond the pale. You know we're here. Well, this has been educational.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of effort. Is that a crab? There's something over here. Crab-like. I'll make him circle it with the flashlight. No.
And for what? All gone.
No, he's talking about the Welkins with the beard, not him. Hey, tell us. No worries. Have a good sleep.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The
I have a
keyboard
triangular
has a
heart.
rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
And that's where it will stay until a cat punches it
A
out.
radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Well, the best way to find out is by simply pressing all the buttons, so let's do that.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on
Oh.
the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central
Fluorescent.
compartment is wide open.
Look inside.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
Okay. We got a broodless dangler.
This is where the memory should go.
It points to my character's head. Well, the memory is not present, so I think we need to not press any more things until we get the memory in. What's all this then?
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
By the way, hello VOD peoples. It's nice to see you. Thank you for watching the playthrough. Hi. If you're a time traveler, you could be watching this presently while also thinking about the VOD. And the truth is, we're all time travelers. We just move forward through time at about 1 second per second, and on we go.
A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
Hmm.
The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic.
What is pesantic? Is it like, of Pisces? Is it crab-like? Hold on. How do I know what Kadran mosaic tiles are supposed... Yeah, why? I want to know more about why I know that.
History classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue
Roots.
tiles
Bloody
look
roots.
beautiful in the sun.
Aquarelle blue tiles look beautiful. They really do. I love that part of my character that I didn't know I had. What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6.
UKV 123.
123.7. UKV 123.9. Some written notes.
It's a great
too.
call sign.
Sparse and cryptic.
Sparse and Crypt Keeper. Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear.
Oh.
It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and
You
capillaries.
said that before.
Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here, or this must be an elaborate piece of art, or, of course, narrow your eyes, the anatomy of the curse. Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one
Is it a
red
number
arc
station?
titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
Are we gonna go out a door and we're gonna find the hatch, and John Locke is down there, waiting to be freed from his eternal writing prison? If it's a game, then who's playing? Is it us?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station,
Oh.
it looks like. A list of names under the stations suggests people across 6 Isolas would be playing.
Zolas.
Muindi, Insulinda, Kotla, Grad, Samara, and even Ilmara.
These all sound like the names of places, right? I mean, I don't know all of them, but I know I've heard some of these.
All of this is gone, left unrealized. There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
He starts by saying the lieutenant, or acting, the lieutenant leans closer, his finger tracking the maddening rhizome. Really quite the advanced vocabulary hidden in this creepy area. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was
Me
running
too.
out of funding.
John Romero can be traced back to a radio station. What else? Squint at the lines.
Nothing. It's
Oh.
just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Maybe we should light a fire. Kim, how do you feel about fire? Are you Beavis
Okay.
about it or
What
Butthead?
do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
Someone tried to exorcise the curse using technology. It looks like an undercover counterintelligence program. It's just a failed business. The only question is, what the hell were they making? I feel like it's none of those. No time, let's move. It does seem awfully complicated. Let's say it's a business.
Yes, that is the question.
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands, which, I I believe you open the steeple and inside here are the people or something like
Looks
that?
like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it. Make it work on radio computers.
Oh. That makes sense. Their downfall was they didn't have kind green ape pen to help them with their writing of things.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
How are they planning to do that? Or has anyone ever done this before? And this was a role-playing game? Or what do you think happened to the company? See you, Girl Glitch. Have a good one. It was a role-playing game.
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff.
They really
The world
do.
looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have a little bit of, upping the stakes from time to time.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left
To
unfinished.
Kickstarter! Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Huh. Are you sure it's not a dude in a box pretending to be a computer? Because sometimes that gets me too.
Not in Revachol West,
Yeah.
among the ruins.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interisolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Sounds like we do. We've got radios, right? Tell me more. How are they planning to do it?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio.
Now, Kim, what if roughly 72 people wanted to watch other people play the game? Do we have the technology to do that? Could they maybe have a conversation in the meantime while they watch these people play? My eyes have crossed.
Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
Imagine being a master of all ceremonies. Not a single ceremony exists that you haven't practiced to the point of endless repetition. If a new ceremony arrives, you're a master of that too, because you're just that damn good. And only then do you get a gold MC placard. What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
They ran out of pizza, went home. Wow. Conclude.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality.
Yeah. But isn't that the point? They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just a play to cheat money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them. I see no other explanation. The world is cold and lonely. This would keep it company. Let's finish it. Or do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger. Are they asking me how do I feel about video games? I'll go with world is cold and lonely. Let's finish it.
It's too late for that, I'm afraid.
He says, looking around the derelict room, the pipes howl and a rat crosses the floor. At least it doesn't cross the street. I'd hate to see a rat get hit by a car in Disco Elysium.
Okay, let's keep moving.
What a very strange distraction that all was. Scribbled across a notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Incredible. Highly not credible. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. You watch out, moth. I'll bite you back. Oh, have an idea. But where are the clothes it used to display? Oh, regarding the mannequins. The kins of the man. Take all that money you found in that cabinet. Why not? Oh, we got a storage closet, perhaps? Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. I wish it was bearing a Slipknot logo. That would be weird. Production schedule filament memory. That's what we need for the machine in the middle. skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Did you know you can't see California without Marlon Brando's eyes? I think they act as some sort of, you know, lens to another reality or something. California exists in a parallel dimension. All right, let's put the Tesseract... put the cube in my chest. Let's put the cube in my chest, shall we?
Tiles
Oh my
on
god,
the cube
Borat
are
saying
still
slip
smouldering,
not.
casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard.
Let's insert the production schedule.
Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Let's play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum.
Fabric?
The sound of static seeps through the machine's
Do we have
planar
keyboards made out of
magnetic
fabric?
driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning
No.
to flutter?
I'm certain it's not
The
that.
static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
It's the voice of Corey Taylor. He says, spit it out.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1.
All right.
Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What is the production schedule?
The filament you have inserted into
Yeah?
the reader.
The glowing thing.
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat
Oh.
the password.
Mon Dieu, I don't know.
Password. Of course it would have a password. That's why there's a human administrator involved.
69.
You should ask her for a hint.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the
Nope.
privacy of the filament holder for stress accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this
No,
filament.
this is America. And when the police ask Google for your information, Google gives you all of it without asking any questions. That's how this works.
I'm afraid we are not doing that,
Oh.
unless we want to wait for a month.
Oh. I don't have a month. In only one more day, I definitely need to be able to not vomit when I look at a hanging body.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
Why do you think I have? I just said I don't have it on the police. Is it my birthday?
No.
Oh.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
I didn't think it was, really. Can you give me a hint?
Still no.
Oh, excuse me. I thought maybe you wouldn't. Alright, I don't know.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Huh. So my call sign is Fortress Accident? Not Occident, like they've been saying. Are you a machine?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
Are you produced by David Cage? Are you in a cage right now?
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Is that true? Yvonne, my partner tells me that you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid.
They are merely cautious. It's my job to protect their filaments as a password repeater at the East Insulindian Station.
Okay, but where are you? How did you know where I am?
I work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station.
Ah.
It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident.
Well, it's my job to have the password to this, and I don't. So why does your job mean that you get to do the thing you want?
As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Are you eating seeds as a pastime activity?
Doesn't it get lonely? sitting there all by herself.
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
All day. So many people all day.
That's why she does this.
Loves to talk. All the people.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do. Fortress Accident.
Why'd you call me that?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
I'm trying out this eyebrow thing. I don't think it's working. Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment.
Oh, a catalog. You hear her flip through a catalog before she reads out, with studious care.
Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive
Cool.
radio games. That's what the catalog says.
So they've made the first interactive radio escape room.
That's not bad.
And what's this interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
Oh, just doesn't want to answer that. Probably too redundant. We don't have the password, so coming back in a minute.
And goodbye.
Tiles on
Goodbye.
the cube are still smoldering,
Now what if
casting
we-
the framework in a soft glow.
Can we print?
Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Nothing happens.
Okay. I didn't think it would. What's up with this door over here? Oh, we found Dory. What's that? Money and magnesium? I don't know which I'd rather have. They're both so valuable. Oh, a glowing bear. Its eyes are alight with fury. The wind howls in from the coal chute above. Okay. I remember where the coal furnace was. Why can't I move? There. You ever think about the gems that you find in Resident Evil 1 and then you put inside of the tiger statue to get the desert eagle? Yeah, right? You probably all think about that. At least a couple times a day. I can't get over that somebody in that game world, their whole thing was like, Spencer Mansion, we gotta make a tiger statue that somehow only recognizes when a sapphire is in one socket and a ruby's in the other. But also, it's probably not either a sapphire or a ruby because they're massive, and those would be really expensive. And also, how did they even latch in there? It's a tiger's ocular cavity. Like, how does it latch? There's no... The gem just ends in a point, and you just kind of push it in. I'm really impressed by that whole thing. That's all I'm saying. Oh, it's a bear refrigerator.
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
Is this a Coca-Cola ad? What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice bear.
The lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Imagine gluing your eyes onto an animal. What would you see? Actually, you can do that. There's a YouTube channel where they've strapped a camera onto a cat, and they let the cat run around in the village, and you can watch where the cat goes. It's like having your eyes strapped to a cat. Crack open the
A
door.
gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble.
I was really
as the
hoping it was a
bear
portal to
regulates
another
itself.
world.
This is the inside of a refrigerator.
This is. It's like a band introduction. The inside of a refrigerator.
The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his
Are
gun.
you okay, Kim? Let's look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
It really is. It's huge, imposing, and beautiful. Take a note from the door.
You pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Whoa. Examine the ice cream wrappers,
A
please.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge. The paper still smells of vanilla and chocolate.
What is a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
The lieutenant reaches for one of the wrappers. He studies it in the light. So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore? I thought bears were omnivorous.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The lieutenant points to the red snaky cable running from the fridge. He's just been operating at a loss year over year. Well, maybe in some ways we can compare future Ubisoft to a refrigerator bear.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Yeah. Detrimental, catastrophic. Close the door. Fur is insulating, low cost. I thought it was catastrophic. Yeah, Tencent might be trying to buy Ubisoft right now. An ice cream maker defrosted and unplugged. Like Nirvana. Too soon? What's this? The flashlight casts a strange shadow. There's a hidden doorway here. Oh. I do want to go down that way. Let's see what's around first. Don't forget about the hidden doorway, please. I hope it doesn't seal itself shut forever. The wall collapsed. It's inaccessible now. Oh, probably because some punk was driving a car over it. Did you burn a body in there?
Cold dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Maybe they burned the man, that's why he's hanging now.
Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Yeah, a lot of things have faces. Don't look too carefully. Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace? Look inside the furnace, smear your hands with coal, kick it with your foot. That will hurt me. Tell me about it, Kim.
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney.
He opens the door and gingerly peeks inside.
No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Oh. Are dead rats a good source of kindling? Look inside.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above.
Oh.
A voice or several voices talking to each other.
It's one of those
Near the smoke chamber.
those
upstairs.
sneaking ones. You can hear all around the neighborhood and you get gossip. It's a gossiping furnace.
The echo is so prominent, it's impossible to discern what the voices are saying or what's producing them.
A demon bear.
What are you doing?
The lieutenant asks when he sees you climb halfway inside the furnace. I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking upstairs.
Wait, really? We should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Yell hello into the furnace for 42%. I don't think it's the malignant entity. I could take a shot at this, I guess.
Something breaks loose in you.
I'm very lucky
a
with
mighty
these.
bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
You hear a woman's voice answer.
you've awakened the entity.
This is the police. Who's there? I summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me. Or, hello, are you there? Speak to me. This is the police. Who's there?
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
Oh, I love a safety curtain.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
What curtain rumbles?
After you, officer.
Okay, but I'm not ready yet. Where am I
A
supposed
thick
to...
layer of coal dust covers the...
Where do you want me to go to get up there? Maybe we'll continue looking and it'll make more sense. We've also got this. A handwritten note you found from the giant ice bear fridge. It still bears some marks from the fruit-shaped kitchen magnets that were used to secure it to the refrigerator door. And it's got the paragraph symbol next to interact. I feel like I'm in a mist puzzle right now. Frozen ice cream maker, that's still running. Okay. Or A, rather, not V. I got some Nosafed and some free money. This place just keeps going.
2 cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
We don't unplug until we know why we unplug. These could be on life support. I might be killing them. The last Mist remake was very pretty, by the way. Glad to hear it. Intercom wires running into the breaker box. Steppers? Oh. +1 to drama in the insane mesh tank top. That mesh is insane! I don't think that it's doing much for me, to be honest. So we got plugs we could pull, stairs to go up, stairs to go down, a tunnel to track, a cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street. Oh. That's all that's here. So it's just like, they're kind of smashing their way into a bunch of under areas inside of buildings? What's all this? 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable. I had no idea there'd be so much down here. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. Why are there so many guns here? Oh, 'cause America? Probably.
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Where are we? Look around the secret room.
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
He points up at the rifles under the ceiling. Look, there's a hole in the wall. Shine light on the hidden compartment.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah, what's in the hole? Okay.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Inspect the rifles.
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock.
Is it
in
the
better
Garand?
Cosmetic order than the others. Take it.
The one that goes
You're
ping?
a police officer. Police officers carry guns.
Oh boy, I finally have a gun, sort of.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Old Bell Magrave from the Revolution. What does this mean, a rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's
Okay.
an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
But we could build like a small house out of old guns.
He likes this find.
Does he? Happy to hear that. If something makes Kim happy, it makes me happy too. So now we have this. Oh, it's a very interesting design, actually. I'd like to see this in 3D. It's 4-shot bolt-action military rifle with a wooden frame. I wonder if the antique guy might be able to fix it up for us or something. That guy seems like he knows stuff about guns, maybe? Probably? Yeah, where's the ammo? So we're gonna head to the stairs, down, not down, probably out, and hope that has something to do with the curtain. Oh, you know his name, Roy. Roy's Boys. Oh. Oh, I'm here? Weird. Well, so where's the curtain, then? Did I see another curtain anywhere? I'm not gonna talk to her yet. I missed it. Oh, darn. Well, darn my socks. Alright, do a loop. Hey, Drake. I agree, the music's great. Very good. It didn't occur to me in the slightest that we might come up that way. This is probably where I need to be. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. The entity is a snowman. The floorboards creak. Take all. Postcard, La Delta 51. The sunlight has made this postcard almost completely sepia-toned, or sepia, if you're so inclined. Midtown traffic passes. Overhead, the ghosts of skyscrapers disappear into a beige midday mist. That's a really good visual. Vapor rising from the delta on which the district was built. The postcard is prepaid. Oh. Are you the person I was looking for? Is there a curtain here? That looks like a steel shutter door. Trays full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. You don't need that many dice. The candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. It's too many. Alright, I guess we've seen everything. Time to leave.
Hello, I'm Neha.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Melius.
Don't know what Amelius is, but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
So what kind of dye are you looking for?
Painless, if you've got any of those.
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Oh, yeah. You must have confused me with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance?
She
you
blinks.
know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Tell me about your Melius.
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these.
Oh. She pats the headphones on the table.
Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Yeah, a lot of gamers have these too. They just are competitive esports games. You just get on there and they teach you how to curse in many different languages. It's incredible. Such a beneficial tool. Why are you asking me about dice, though?
I'm a novelty dice maker.
Really?
Tell me the name of
I
your
didn't get that
role-playing
impression.
system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Oh, AD&D 4.1 Revision 4.
Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice. Maybe. I'm not really sure why I'm here, honestly. No, I was looking for something else. Squint your eyes mysteriously answers. I'm not interested in buying dice right now. I'm a police officer. I need to ask some questions. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the squint your eyes mysteriously and want answers.
Answers? How strange. These days people only come to me for dice and role-playing games. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but go ahead and ask.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and minerals, Marie.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
I'm just interrogating her with a flashlight to the eyes.
This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly.
Thank you, suggestion.
No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
Are you trying to disarm me? How did you become a dice maker? Okay, I'd like to order a die from you. What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags? Hey, where are we anyway? I'm just gonna go right in. What do you know about the man?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Was he cool? Did he like almonds?
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here.
What are you doing? Inland Empire? Stop that.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then the woman under the large window.
Summons.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
Yeah, what do you mean about the daily ruckus? The child swearing constantly? Is that the ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
She stops to try and come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire.
Oh, I've heard of the murder, all right.
She's not sorry to
It's a constant source of mystery.
Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
Okay.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window.
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
I guess that checks out. Can't think of any lights that would have been present outside.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
Did they do it at night? We never got a specific time. We just got like, we all murdered him. Do you often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
Do you like pour resin into shapes? I would think that's a lot of it. And then, you know, carving numbers and dots. A lot of that kind of stuff. Painting details. I see. Thank you.
She nods.
Anything else, officer?
How did you become one of these?
How did I become one? It was a business decision.
Oh.
I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field. with too much competition.
So you went in the exact opposite direction.
Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order.
Can you make a die out of cobalt? Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially.
Yeah,
I like
nobody
working
likes those.
with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers, they're nice people.
Can you make me a uranium die?
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items.
If I hand you a small chunk of the elephant's foot, could you make that into a die?
She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Cool. I'd like to order a die from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Oh, so many options. Do you know the We're All Untethered setting? I want a die for that. Do you have any cursed dice? Tell me about your most extraordinary dice. I cannot handle your most extraordinary dice. I'm sorry, I don't actually know what die I want. Just a normal die, please. Very regular. I'm looking for something to help with my work. Can I get her to make me a dice for my work, and then I can just hit that instead, and it'll make decisions for me? I want to know about the most extraordinary one.
A star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm a star myself, a superstar, and superstars don't care about money. I don't really want to spend all my money on a dice. I'm afraid it's not worth it, sorry.
Alright, maybe some other die then.
Cursed dice?
What do you mean by cursed?
As cursed as this commercial area, as cursed as my life. Abracadabra perished like this world. Oh. The commercial area.
Alright, how about I surprise you?
Oh.
Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die.
Oh, chat could do it for me with Twitch integration, right? I'm afraid I'm not comfortable doing it now at this stage in this playthrough, but if we really like this game so much, it might be a fun novelty stream to do in the future. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm ordering a die.
See you in 8 hours then.
Cool.
Was there anything else?
Hey, where are we anyway?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there. So just to be clear, this definitely is the person I was talking to through the furnace, right? I don't know who else it could have been, but I'm just making sure.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here.
Huge.
So that's a plus.
Figure that out.
Plaisance was right.
I'd live in a furnace.
There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I have heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Oh. How do you explain what happened to all those companies then?
It's just capitalism.
Oh.
We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Are we saying that capitalism might be a curse? Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced that the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady?
Yeah.
I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
It's the wards, I think, mostly. She has a lot of wards. Plaisance is a wise woman. She has Semini's trinkets protecting her against the curse. Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going. The curse is just biding its time before it strikes again. Sooner or later, everyone will fail, even her. I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's what I'm here to investigate.
All right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Are all the buildings connected? Hold on, the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area. What? Yes, but it's still a separate building. The malicious energies can't reach there. No, the whirling isn't doing well either. The waitress just took off and customers have trouble paying bills. That's me. You're right, the whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed. I agree, I don't think it looks cursed.
And then there is me.
Are you cursed? She sighs, looking at her messy work table. All kinds of tools lie there scattered, from knives to carving files to wire cutters. What kind of wire do you need to use for this?
I've been here for 14 years.
Damn!
Selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea.
You need to go to
Yet
PAX.
somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty strange. I saw at PAX they had a whole steampunk top hat section and a kilt booth. I think if those two businesses can somehow proliferate to greater and bigger things, you will be amazingly successful if you go to PAX.
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo.
See you around, Sulk. Take care. Plaisance thinks it's because you're the source of it, a malignant entity. It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you. The curse will get to you, have no doubt about it. It just doesn't care about earthly time frames. Or I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in the so-called curse. Yeah, I'm doing that.
I was just about to ask. What do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
She leans forward in her chair to study your face.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
It's time to face the source port. Gary's mod awaits. I must saw a watermelon hanging from a rope. I think it still might be you that's causing this. Narrow your eyes very mysteriously. I'm starting to see there is no curse, only business decisions and natural market fluctuations, or honestly, I'm not still sure. The world is a puzzling place. I'm going to go with the second one. There's no curse, market decisions, and market fluctuations.
Exactly. Truth is always so disappointingly mundane and boring.
Yeah, why does it have to be capitalism when it could be like a weird economic ghost?
But I'm glad we got this sorted out. Anything else I can help you with today?
You got any other curses for me?
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
She adjusts the yellow scarf that covers her hair.
Oh, quite a lot of them.
Oh, there's so
spring to
many.
mind.
There used to be a hair salon, the gym, broken windows, stuffed animals, mounts lying around and found creepy mannequins, rotor and blades and skis, strange machine, terrifying taxidermied bear. Holy crap. I found the building's intercom, but it's not working. Yeah, I want to know about that.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me.
She rubs her forehead. Her scarf has left a faint line on her dusky skin.
I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
That's why there's wire cutters then. So you're telling me that you have a doorbell there. Which one?
The one with an empty name card. It's the last one in the list.
Oh.
As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
We should help her fix the doorbell. I want her business to succeed. Force the hand of the market. I have a few more questions.
Sure, I'm listening.
I have more questions about the intercom. No, I don't.
Sure, it's still... Sure, I'm listening.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym. It was Artemitep's boxing
Oh, I
club.
was exactly
A
right.
community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Did it steer them toward only drugs or only crime, just not the conjunction of the two? Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
A little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies.
Oh, yes. You mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities.
I figured
in the
you'd know who I
backyard.
meant. She looks out the window. It's oddly quiet there at the moment.
I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
I don't know. It might be a good start anyway. Who was Artemitep?
A kind man from Zemsk.
Oh.
I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
That's nice. And how did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
That's really specific and weird. Why would they do that?
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Yeah, they just carry them around in a plastic bag like me.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
Tell me about this machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She closes her eyes as some remnant of a memory lights up her face.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
Wait, what just flashed? I didn't read that. I was looking at the text and this green happened over here. Oh, my thought. Thank you. What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
I guess that's okay.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive. Or really, they must have been on a giant ego trip. I'll go with the first one.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism.
Oh no! It's like me!
How the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on.
Well, I don't quite say those things, but I say other things.
In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time.
Maybe I need to produce something truly historic. What will I do? Pokemon Apex stream number 2?
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
Well, showing up to work on time is incredibly hard. That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great. You're right. They should have just tried harder. They had everything needed to succeed. Is this sort of bootstraps fallacy, but like gentler? I don't know. There is probably some line in the sand somewhere where you go like, yeah, you probably, if you're gonna do work, you probably gotta come to work. That's fair. I mean, when I worked at GameStop, I was always going there. Like, all the time. It was never ending. There was no working from home as a GameStop employee. It was always there. And I pretty much was on time all the time. Sometimes I got stuck in traffic. I was like 10 minutes late. Didn't happen too often. I'm gonna go with the middle one. I would have supported them.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your
savings.
savings.
No! I love my savings. It's how I've saved myself. She tosses a pair of dice on the table. One of them stops near the edge of the metallic desk. Is she comparing her dice to the hands of the market being random?
The result is...
1!
On a 20-sided die.
Unlucky, or very lucky, depending.
The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes.
Oh, cool.
Like snowfall.
I kind of want to make dice in Blender for some reason. That seems fun. I could put all kinds of little shader stuff all over them. I could give them galaxies inside.
Anything else?
Oh man, tell me about the hair salon.
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar.
Huh.
They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
Why?
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
Yeah, because you don't really know until you've tried sometimes.
It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
But what if the confidence comes from trying something else? What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customers should have been more open-minded, or I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. I guess I'm a simple man. I don't really have any opinions on hairstyles. No, that's not what that is, though. It's not an opinion on a hairstyle. It's an opinion on your openness to hairstyles. Like, this might sound weird, but I'm not, like, that stuck on my hair looking a certain way. I've kind of landed in this department, but I've been in a few places before. None of them particularly freaked me out. I don't know that I want a shaved head or to be bald, but also, that's kind of the only real thing I steer away from. Other than that, I'm kind of fine with whatever. Maybe that's odd, though. I think a lot of people have a very particular look that they want to cultivate in their hair. I guess I gotta go with 3 just because it's kind of live or let live. I can't really tell people how they should do their hair or how it makes them feel good. If they have a particular opinion, then that's as valid as anything to me.
Me neither. I just want it off my face.
She tucks a strand of hair under her headscarf. Yeah, that's fair. What's up with the broken windows? Can we get a purple mohawk at 400 subs? Maybe? That might be a little extreme for Christmas. But, you know, that's not me saying that. It's just, like, I'm worried that other people will perceive it in a way that is not right. If all things were the same, and I didn't have to worry about external judgment, which I mostly don't, I would probably be fine with it, but I think that there's a time and a place, and maybe that's not the right time of the year for that, if that makes sense. And, to go one step further, so there's judgment from external sources, that is a factor, and then there's how much of that judgment can I personally take on? Because if you're really tough, and you're like, you know, whatever, say what you want, that's a reflection on you, then have at it, go nuts. Purple mohawks for Christmas. But if you're feeling quite vulnerable and, like, potentially don't really want to be caught up in a wave of self-doubt, well, maybe you're more likely to want to heed to those external judgments and sort of not get on anybody's radar. Does that make sense? I think that's kind of where I'm at. I don't actually care, but I also don't really want to get involved with people being upset. What's up with the broken windows, though?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day.
That's a weird business.
What could go wrong with this one, right?
Well, yeah, I guess, how often do you need a window repaired in the middle of the night? Even pretty important windows can usually wait till morning. And you don't really want to be caught out doing window repairs when you're trying to sleep.
Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff medias.
No!
Who would have guessed?
I don't like that. Just repair windows. That's a fine business.
What's the snuff milieu?
Oh, it's probably about people getting killed. Usually when that word gets involved, it's that. Isn't it also like chewing tobacco or something?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Oh. Can I help? Very cool about the debris, but what's a snuff milieu? It's a shame about those windows. I'm not even gonna... Yeah, I don't want to really ask.
Yeah, don't.
It's fine. I don't need to know. I've got a dead body that makes me vomit all the time. I don't need to hear about that. Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around. Like in...
You mean Mr. Fabron?
In World
the
of Warcraft?
taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
I'm starting to think these businesses failed because everyone just did drugs. What the heck?
Anything else?
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head
Ooh,
designer's
like
name.
Atlee or Iris.
They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect right act. We were talking about beetles with emerald butts, I think, yesterday. I didn't know insects had any rights. Yeah.
Yeah, the atelier didn't know it either.
Huh.
They produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials.
Oh,
Apparently
chitin.
chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings.
Oh, they're taking it from the beetle wings. Somebody told me when I was a kid that the McDonald's strawberry shakes were made out of crushed up red beetles, and that's how that they are made red or pink. Well, they were red, and then the mixing with the vanilla ice cream made them pink, I guess was the idea. I never really found out if there's anything to that. I'm guessing what they meant was, on some level, high up in the production of the red dye, there's probably like a pigmentation that comes from an insect of some kind. As a kid, though, I was imagining they're just like throwing crushed up beetles in the shake, and I couldn't drink it anymore after that for like 5 years. It scarred me. I became a chocolate milkshake man for a while. And if I really didn't want to get into it, vanilla, because I don't know what they're doing with the chocolate. Maybe there's other beetles for that. I didn't ask.
And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket.
Can I go collect beetles in the woods and sell them to a McDonald's?
And, naturally,
I don't really
all the
think
most
that.
fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
That's sad. I'm glad somebody took care of the little guys. I like insects, nod. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. Yeah, I guess. They got what they deserve. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea. I don't know if it's a terrible idea. I don't feel terribly strongly about insect rights for the most part, but maybe that's a mistake. It's not something I've thought about, let's say that. I really should think about that eventually. It's not even really that high on my list of things to think about, but it's probably something I should do eventually. I don't think it's a good idea to make clothes out of beetle wings.
At least it had some spark to it.
Okay.
Most young designers just combine lace with leather and call it
Yeah, that's
original.
terrible. So stupid and bad. And if I saw someone trying to design lace and leather, I would tell them that to their face. I'd spit on them too. She shifts in her simple workwear shirt.
As she shifts around,
I wouldn't
you
spit on them,
notice
I was
several
joking.
dead flies on the windowsill in front of her.
Oh,
Legs up. They're not moving.
I think if you arrange them in the right order, you'll get a door to open to Rick's lab.
Anything else?
Yes, I made a Rick and Morty reference. What do you want? I'm trying so hard. New Dust! You did it! 69 months! Thank you, New Dust. It is nice indeed. I even have an emote for you to write in chat that says nice if you want. Please, if you feel free, if you feel inclined to post some nices. Thank you for subscribing 6 months in advance as well. That's very kind of you. So what's with the rotor and blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, Their chief executive took off on a vacation
No.
with all their money.
A drug vacation? She rests her chin on her hand with an impish smile.
Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tumutiri or Hashkor or wherever he is.
It's not very nice to run off with someone's money. I don't think people should do that. What do the transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he
one of
returns.
those. Her smile widens before she sees the lieutenant's face behind you. Yeah, so like Fire Festival's coming back, guys. It's apparently they're working on a new Fire Festival and it's gonna be huge.
Men like that are a curse.
There you go. The curse has been uncovered. The lieutenant is stern.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47.
No, I'm with Kim. Those men are a curse. I agree.
I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around.
Yeah, just some
in the
skis and
house.
blades.
Not much use now, I guess.
They were just the props. Why return them?
And the most important interesting thing, why was there a taxidermified bear? Taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here.
Oh, I had the treat. I inspected the delicious treat, the wrapper of it anyway. She smiles and leans closer, hands on her knees, like a stand-up comedian ready to tell a story. Let's go.
The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Okay, what are their other ideas?
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Okay, what were the other ideas? All right, what are the other?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour
What?
to man the booth.
Huh?
And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
You kind of lost me a little. What's going on here?
Victor does the same thing.
I did think that, actually. I know a girl just like that. She works in Frita as a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly. I just chalked that up to her being like a teenager and not really that it was personal. What did they expect 20 cents per hour as dogs pay? Yeah, why don't we pay our dogs, by the way? What's up with that? I'm surprised they showed up to work at all. That's an award-winning idea. How else do you choose people around you? I don't have an opinion on employing teens. I just want to know, did it work for their business? Yeah, let's talk about the Frita girl.
Employing Soki teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
She closes her eyes as if remembering something painful. What about the bear?
The bear.
She repeats, pressing thumbs into her temples, trying to suppress a headache. It didn't work out?
Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted.
I hear your point, but I want to also remind you, have you ever seen the Pikachu popsicles? Or the Spider-Man or the Sonic the Hedgehog popsicle heads that you get from the ice cream truck? They come out absurd looking. Nobody cares, right? I mean, maybe you care a little, but like ultimately it's still ice cream. You don't really give a shit if the face looks right. I'd actually be pretty down to eat scary bear ice cream. I would probably buy that. I think this is the best business idea, aside from the paying employees too little thing. I'm up for the fridge.
Eventually, Ravachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece.
What?
Out of regular fridges.
How could they afford that? It must be a lost leader. I'm sure the bear was doing its best. The bear was scary. Every time I saw the bear, I felt scared, like it could come alive any moment. I think the bear was doing its best.
Maybe. Because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
Yeah, why wasn't he? Because he doing drugs?
He said that the bear was his vision beast.
Oh.
He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants.
Oh, it was
Called
drugs.
it Megatherion.
Wait, he's high on desiccants? He's like snorting packets of saline or what? All right.
Sounds cool.
That's not the right word that I said. The stuff you get in your shoe.
Why is everyone doing
Silica,
drugs in
that's
this
the one.
place? Even the taxidermist?
Megatherion?
Megatherion. A mega wild beast.
Why is it so mega? What's a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life
Didn't even know this was a thing.
by telling you to do more drugs. Mostly.
Oh, it's like Cocaine Bear.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Grab your necktie and mumble, "Not now, you beast."
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you? Nothing. Cough and let go of the tie.
Right.
Right, says the dice maker. She doesn't look entirely convinced.
Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad finishing the story. Some dust beams swirl in the afternoon air. Her eyes follow it idly.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Window embers.
Anything else? Another
Oh.
failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
I guess we've actually heard all of
Good.
it.
I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Any more questions about the
I'm
building?
listening.
Oh, okay, no, that's all of them.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
I don't know about shivers for 3%. What's this?
Mazovian
Oh, yeah.
socioeconomics.
Cool picture.
0.000% of communism has been built. Evil, child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmezov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Except 9Hertz, are you surprised by that? Because I felt like we were already there even though he didn't say it explicitly yet. You're probably not, I would imagine. Check the bonuses. Visual calculus. Oh. Left-wing dialogue options give you plus 4 XP, but you lose calculus and authority. Do I want that? I'm still not entirely sure I understand how this works. I mean, I do, because it's giving you these things, but is this trade-off worth losing that? I am picking a lot of left-wing dialogue options, so maybe it would actually be useful. Also, it says thick at the bottom right corner. I don't know what that is. Or it's telling me what my drug of choice is right now. Alright, well, I guess that's fine. Tab. Nothing to tab on. I'll have to keep tabs of that button. Anything else in here? Have I explored this area fully now? You really should internalize volumetric shit compressor. What a sentence that is. I don't have any more points, though. I missed using the weights. Oh, I thought I clicked on all that. This floor is, like, windy. I suppose I want to go back this way anyway, because I probably want to talk to Plaisance. Oh.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates.
Weight plate.
It's 60 kilograms. Your
Oh, damn.
triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with.
Oh, my
Lift them.
beast.
There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard.
You shouldn't lift those without collars.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter? Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weights may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Fair enough. Is it familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Don't really know what you're getting at there, but I'm sure it'll make sense more in greater
It's
context.
just a memory.
Yeah. Nah. Not for me today. Thank you, though. Tab. It's the thought for getting the corpse out of the tree. Well, I need to level before I can possibly get it, so what more could I have done?
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus. Pause dramatically.
Yes, yes. How was it?
Tell her how ghastly it was. You know it's what she wants to hear.
It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. Alright.
I knew it. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us.
It's terrible, isn't it? She shakes her head.
But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity?
I talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
That seems mean. She's not a sorceress or some malicious entity. She's a businesswoman like you. No, ma'am. I have felt her aura. She is not the one to blame for this curse. She may be involved, but I don't have a way to question the malignant entity further. She's not the one to blame.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
She looks perplexed.
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. She's squeezing on the pendant too tight. A drop of blood in her palm.
You okay?
Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her.
Well, I haven't been saying that.
To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far.
Wow.
You know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
She says there is no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. She said it's just capitalism. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system. Lie. The source is in the taxidermist shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Honestly, I don't have an answer yet. There still needs to be followed, like that strange radio computer thing. Or there is another entity. Oh, I still need the password. There's another entity more malignant pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I will cross paths. I feel like number 5 is not lying, but it's also not really telling her the truth either. It's an artful and dramatic way of telling her what she wants to hear while still being truthful. I think you would get XP for option 2 now. Oh, I do want XP. Alright, screw her feelings. I don't really care if she hates me. Bankruptcy is a quirk of our economic system.
Wait, what? The entire economic system is cursed?
Oh no! No, what will we do?
This is a lot for her to pass.
I'm afraid that only world revolution can help you proceed. Yes, the system must be cleansed of immigrant labor. It's true, we live in a precarious world. Nothing ever turns out right. You need to get used to chaos. What I meant was I found a source of doom. Forget about the economy thing. Yeah, you need to get used to chaos.
Precarious world? Economy?
Can she not handle that? She looks down at the pendant in her trembling hands.
I understand what's going on here. You went in there, rummaged around,
Nope.
and accomplished nothing. And
I
now
met
you're
the
telling
dice
me
lady.
These intellectual things to cover up for it.
Nope.
It's okay. You don't have to. I was wrong to trust another person. I will manage this psychic calamity
Oh,
as I always
stop.
have. Alone. On my own.
So if I didn't tell her enough of what she wanted to hear, then she's like, forget it all.
As she has to, every day.
Thank you for nothing. Please, do buy some books, or be on your way.
Thank you for nothing. Please do buy some books or be on your way. She concludes, tucking the pendant away in her blouse.
Wow. Total psychic collapse between you two right now.
Maybe she needs to look into talking to the dice lady. She doesn't even have to go through the cursed door. She could go through the front door.
There was never any other way this could have gone. She's just too far gone into her own mind.
Yeah, I don't know where that line is with people. Sometimes I'd like to believe you can always bring people back from pretty far in, but yeah, she's got quite a narrative going.
I am sorry we had to disappoint you, ma'am.
Can we go now? Yeah. Well, we did get a level, so that's something. It sounds like we should probably spend that on another slot so we can internalize volumetric shit compressor. Just what I needed. Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a competent human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that, together, compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression, squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people, maybe that will help. Okay. Oh, there's another image, alright. Oh. I didn't understand this happens. I don't understand how it's routing. Do they have to be routed to be active? I don't know what that's doing then. It's aesthetic. Why would that be a thing? Weird. I need to put this torch away. I'm tired of looking at the light flashing on people. It makes the shadows kind of jump around oddly. It's fine for dark areas, though. Save! How about you? Got anything new?
Hello again, sir.
What is the crime business? Who is that? Point to the woman browsing.
Oh, that's Auntie Billy. She's nice if a bit distressed.
Why is she
I
distressed?
think she is a bad husband.
Oh no!
Not very nice or helpful.
We don't like those. Could we help her? She didn't want to talk to me last time. I don't want to be a pain in the
woman
ass.
before you nods and returns to her.
Okay. Oh, let's go back to the old guys that we had to get a steel ball for. I think they're right here. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent
I know!
sinking.
I found you a new ball. Hold it out. 8%. Oh, no.
What is this? Are you mocking us?
No!
This isn't for pétanque.
I don't know what anything is. I'm just trying to help. I'm very dumb.
Now. No need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinez.
Good night, Falmunction. I really did try.
Trying is worth as much as is accomplished. In this case, almost nothing.
I'm sorry.
Fine. You tried to right a wrong. It's still a gram better than actual nothing.
Okay, thank you for the respect. If it's possible to get you a better ball than that, I'll try that too. But I didn't actually realize that would probably complete the quest if I gave that to you, and now I won't be able to give you a better ball, so... Is there anything you tell me about this rifle?
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber.
Guy probably knows all about it.
Revachol made. Good weapon. Accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her?
In the basement there?
I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away.
I like the interlocked fingers on his button area there. That's fun. It's like you're being grasped by a large clown, which is something that I mostly want all the time. And there's also a fun duck on his head, like an abstract cartoon duck. So you get duck head and clown wrap, and that's pretty fun to be in the military.
As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore.
Oh no!
The ammunition is impossible to find.
Well, we did what we could. The statue of Philip III near the roundabout, you saw that?
Ah, yes! King
It's
Philip
a cool
III
statue.
on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Exploded?
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Yeah, that guy. Gaston is like so chill compared to the other guy, Rene, I think his name
A
is.
superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Yeah, what was that about cocaine though?
Oh,
Excuse me.
old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy.
It's
the
purple
nobility
now?
loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler?
Yes, obviously annoyed.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past. I can't relate to why this is exciting to you.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
It's like if a bunch of the aristocracy was like, hell yeah, we love peach monster energy drinks. Cool. I guess that's cool. I don't know. What do you want me to think about that?
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor.
What?
And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Oh, you're doing like the whole peyote spirit trip thing. Okay. The human brain's really confusing and has a lot of chemicals in it, and when you start messing around with them, stuff doesn't make any sense anymore, really, and your brain just starts to, like, make connections with things. It doesn't mean you've, like, ascended to the astral plane and you're connecting with your ancestors. None of that shit's anything. You just took some drugs, right? And you're confused about it because your brain's not working right. It's the same thing as when you deprive yourself of oxygen. I don't know why this is so hard for people to understand, and they romanticize and go off the deep end talking about drugs like this. I get it. It's fun. People use them recreationally, and they have weird things that they can talk about together. But, like, this whole turning it into a culture thing is bizarre to me. Also, thanks very much, Zinneman, for resubscribing for your 22nd month. I appreciate your Twitch Prime, and thank you for sticking around.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes
Rollers
sense.
of the Realms.
He's just making excuses for the king.
That's what he's doing, yeah.
Isn't he?
He's just, like, coming up with ways to make it make sense. Well, what was that about higher realms? Yeah, give me more of that.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
How should a true king rule? With an iron fist?
Decisively.
With an iron ball?
Without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects.
Yeah.
This is something the insurgents never understood.
Yeah, okay. I guess that's why we need, like, representatives to vote for us, because we're too weak-minded and frail, probably. So, like, let someone better take it over, electoral college us. With an iron nostril. Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. Powerful leaders not afraid to do what must be done, as what this country needs. Yeah, the first one. The people.
Is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
That'd be weird if what happened didn't happen. That would be really confusing and paradoxical. There is some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
And a love of kingly cocaine, apparently.
No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
He's very rigid, yes. Can we talk about something else? No. Alright, well, I tried to give you a ball. It didn't seem to work out super well, so... enjoy? I'm a little confused about these guys right now. So what am I meant to do with myself at this point? I guess I could review my journal? Yeah, so we got to get money for rent. We know about that. The smoker on the balcony, that's going to be at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And to pick up the dye in 8 hours, which is not yet. I'm assuming it'll give me a notification when I should go do that, deal with that. Yeah, we went all through that area. We did the apartment complex. Look at the body again. I'm waiting for my point volumetric shit compressor to level up, right? So there's not really any point in dealing with the body until that's done. Seems like I've got a lot more talking to do before that's possible. Man, the art is so cool for these things. Is there a way to see these, like, blown up to full screen? I don't think there is. I really don't understand the lightning bolts. You said it's cosmetic, but, like, why? The cover of the vinyl release is that art. Ah. I've already talked to everybody in there. I think I've talked to, like, actually everybody. talked to all of these folks. I've been upstairs. Don't think anything's changed. Can always read. I actually didn't realize that was an option. I've talked to everyone here. I've talked to the guy at the top. I've talked to the guy sitting on the railing. See, this is the risk if I stream too much of this game, then I'm going to be showing people stuff out of order if they didn't see the last one. Oh, it's doing that shit again at the top. That glitch effect is happening when I walk around. Why is that a thing? I'm worried that's going to become a problem, so I'm going to save again and reboot the game again, because that seemed to fix it last time. It only takes a second anyway. Have I talked to Kim? Yeah? Not like recently, but have. I'll check him out again, see what he has to say. How thoroughly have I explored the backyard? Pretty thoroughly. I'll go through it again, though. I know there's some ceiling, what was it, roof material stacked against a door or something? There was a skill check that I failed. Yeah, I don't think the answer is up here right now.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. I think you should know I can't remember anything. I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
We'll work better together if we have more rapport.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
of course.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school.
Oh.
His concerns are material and extrinsic.
I didn't realize there was important stuff to grab
this
here.
isn't an old school case.
I get it, you're one of those old school detectives, nod respectfully. So, how do you, you know, tap the side of your head? So you're saying your brain never just chimes in with advice or warnings or anything? Yeah, that one.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. That's where his conversations with himself take place.
I see. So we're just very different people, as it turns out.
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
You're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
Nailed it. 100 points.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses, then.
Tell me a secret.
No.
Oh. Oh, okay.
The lieutenant nods.
I tried. That's all.
Good. Let's change the subject.
There's so many other things I can't get to yet. Freaking roof areas. Freaking can't go over this railing. If you just go over this railing. I must have to go through that door, and there's a keypad for that. Alright, you said check out the backyard again. There's probably something back there. I don't get the typeface choice for that whirling in rags. Seems really strange. Wait, who's that? Oh, it's the lady from the beginning. She went in her room and then came out to smoke. Can I shout at her? No, guess not. She doesn't answer the door, and I don't really understand what's going on there. I'm not talking to him again. We've looked at all of that. I know there's a greenhouse. I know there's steps down. I don't think we could do anything without it was locked or something. We just made a clicking sound. I know there's stuff up there I can't reach. There's... Yeah, it all just doesn't seem like I can get to it.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems like not something I can deal with right now. Yeah, I've done all that. I'm approaching some level of being thorough. Checking for clickables everywhere I go. Can you break the door in the whirling kitchen? My body is not strong. I'm gonna guess it's an extremely low chance for that to be possible. Is there anything else I can talk to her about here?
You're back. Good. What
Oh
can I
yeah,
help
it
you
told
with?
her I'd spoken to all the lorrymen, and she's just like, no you haven't. I was like, oh.
On the contrary, officer. There are yet camionneurs you have not talked to. And don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it
I don't
would
know
be
what you're
strange
talking
if
about,
while
Joyce. I've talked to
I
all of them.
suggest you go...
I must have to look at them more? I don't know. Oh. Alright, got magnesium out of those stones. I missed one. Well, I guess that must be true, because, yeah, why else would she say that? Is it me when I drive? Am I one of them? Did I go over here? Oh yeah, I did. You got anything?
G'day to you, officers.
Nah.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque.
I have used the radio in the car, yeah. I talked to the police for ages.
This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
What's the worst that can happen? Will the mechanism break entirely?
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Then, nothing happens.
Release the lever.
A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way.
I'm worried if I pulled it harder, I'd just break the mechanism more, and then it would only make it harder to get over there.
Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Oh. Okay. Guess these guys just have to wait. What about the butter sign? Can we just cross it?
The crumpled salmon and butter billboard still soaks in the canal. Marked, but the lieutenant looks on.
Close the water lock on Wednesday. To get to the coast, you need to use the panel to close the water lock. It's been blocked pending repairs, which should be done by Wednesday morning. This will open up new area in Martinez. Oh, cool. So the world opens itself up. It's like the bridges in Grand Theft Auto 3. I thought that was a very clever way of gating the game apart, which I hadn't really seen done at the time. This doesn't seem like a place I've looked. No, there's just not really anything here, though. What's my vendor guy have to say anymore? Does he have anything?
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Guess not. The DLC truck. I'm supposed to tell this guy he looks like he does drugs.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
You seem like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way
I thought he'd
back.
take offense to that for some reason. I'm glad he
Had some
didn't.
good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Great.
But those days are behind me.
Ah.
There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Just be straight with him.
I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Terminal B. I need to get high, and I'm looking for a dealer. He knows I'm a cop, right? Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking? Oh, that's very direct. I'll just be straight with him, since Suggestion told me to do that.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment.
Maybe this
from
is
the
what I was
harbor
meant to do.
To load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Oh wow, conflagration. The funny thing about people saying they don't need any trouble is a lot of the time the people who do need trouble, according to this turn of phrase, they just go at the trouble. It's not like they ever need it. They just assume that the trouble won't find them. So whether you need the trouble or not, you might still be headed for it. Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade?
Look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here.
Yeah.
You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
Yeah, let's go probe a man with questions. Sometimes the trouble is tribbles. They multiply. It's terrifying.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Okay. Locked. Yeah, can't see his eyes anymore. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to exhaust every single bit of dialogue with him. I just didn't really want to ask him for money. Seemed a bit desperate. Is there like a person hiding in some corner over here or something? Or can I walk in a way that I didn't realize? It can be a little tricky to understand the layers and the boundaries of this map. Sometimes you can kind of walk into spots you didn't think you could. I'm pretty sure I exhausted all their dialogue. Can't talk to you. Oh, was there a person in here or something and I just couldn't talk to them yet?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam.
No.
This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
No, can't see a person there. Nobody's got a green border except for people I talk to. Is there a secret person here? What do you see when you look inside? It was something like gross, I think. I don't really remember either. I would have thought there'd be more people for how many vehicles are around.
A lorry stuck. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
You think it belongs to the tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Yo, Native Baptist! Thank you very much for that.
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep. Large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains.
You've gifted us 5 community gift subs. They went to Draxi, the Duke of Flannel, Shrapnel Sponge, Dare Do, and Mr. Implicit. Very happy to hear that you're enjoying Disco Elysium enough that you'd want to do that. So thank you so much for your generosity, and sub-hype in chat, please, for Native Baptist.
A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man.
Yeah, I saw all this before.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia.
None of this is helpful. What I'm missing? Music just suddenly stopped. Oh, it's back again. Maybe I zoned out of the area where it plays.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportunity.
I guess I'll ask her about the drugs.
Awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I just didn't want to insult people asking them about drugs, but I guess I have to.
What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary. No drugs can compare.
The great adversary, okay. Tell me about that.
Yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from that hole.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary. The great unrest.
The Great Depression. That's not really what I was getting at. Where could I get my hands on an experience like that?
If you don't know...
She flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal.
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
What is it you're hauling exactly? Or I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some drugs.
Why would I want to do that?
For commerce, the lifeblood of the Isolus. Or for the glory of Aristotzka, of the World Republic, liberation of the spirit and body. Or, I don't know, the thrill of the criminal lifestyle. She does seem to like a thrill. Do you want to do it for liberation of spirit and body? I don't remember your attitude as well as I need to have. She did some daring stuff, right? Maybe the thrill of the criminal lifestyle appeals to her?
Lowman, what in the name of God are you talking about?
Okay, let me put this another way. Are you smuggling drugs through Terminal B?
Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way.
Okay, you said earlier you don't know what cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs, or how can you not know what you're hauling in your own lorry?
Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat.
I said the first one.
What do you think they take from Saramiriza to Grat, Lowman?
Drugs?
No,
oh.
Lowman. Diamonds.
I didn't ask you about diamonds, did I? I don't care about that. If you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here? Or, okay, if you're not involved with the drug trafficking, then why are you still waiting here? Oh, because they're stuck, though. Who do you think smuggles?
Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. Also, he's the only one I can see from here.
Oh, well that doesn't seem that helpful. I'm surprised you would narc on your fellow drivers.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Okay. I don't care about diamonds.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman.
Are they?
You should try them sometime.
How do I ingest them?
Like Eva de Zoras.
Dust? How do I grind the diamonds? More diamonds? Look, Pale Driver, I need to get some diamonds into my blood. Can I inject them? Why are you still waiting?
Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music, or the seagulls. Look at all the colors and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser this January.
I don't know about listening to seagulls as like a pastime activity. I'd probably not enjoy that much.
Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back.
Yeah, that's probably more like
Great Plains.
I think we're done here, no?
I think we're done here, yes. Oh.
Volumetric shit compressor.
Yeah, I'm a shit compressor. Let's jam it into a little
Bizarre scientific
space.
news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals.
That's so many decimals.
These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
15 minutes tops. I'm about to become a shit singularity. Did you hear that? My parents will be so proud. Are peanut seeds? No, they're legumes. Why is it doing that? I'm trying to scroll down and it's like blasting it back up again. I'm not moving left or right, I'm just moving down. I can't look there. I mostly just wanted to see what was at the bottom, but okay, it only works if you scroll all the way down. Weird. Lots of little weird little glitches. Little silly weird glitches. Alright. Does Joyce now rejoice at our investigatory capacity? At the shit singularity? At my name with an apostrophe? I can't imagine she could be any happier than this. And I know that I should look at the body again. We're getting there. I just want to see what happens if I go to Joyce. Probably she'll be extremely excited and she'll give me fireworks to play with and probably a gun. And then probably throw money toward me and I don't know what comes after that.
You're back. Good.
Oh, she already gave me money.
What can I help you with?
Her color is almost Statue of Liberty-esque at a glance.
On the contrary,
No!
officer, I suggest you go back and canvass for more...
Stop it! Freaking Joyce. She always demands more of me. I'm already a shit compressor. What more do you need? Yeah, I talked to the racist when I talked to all of them. But I didn't do it correctly. I went in circles with him, actually. It was sort of annoying. But probably I didn't conclude in a way that was satisfactory. Alright, let's see what happens if I go back here now. You said something about once I get that thought that I can try this again.
There he still is, looking
that's
right
way better.
through you.
Shit
With
is
his white
compressed.
eyes, the body
Plus
below
6.
is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell.
Okay, if
Emitting
I...
it is all it does
If
now.
I still fail this, that will suck, but it is possible.
As you breathe
I didn't
in,
fail it.
the odor comes over you. It's the smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
A puzzle of flesh. Our puzzling encounters considered.
The man before you is naked, but for
Why?
a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
It does. It's a bright color, and it looks strong, because it's stood up many days. Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them.
I don't understand what the hell he's wearing there.
Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're
Yeah, I
armor,
figured that out myself.
possibly part of a larger set.
These aren't just boots, are they? This is armor he was stripped of. The armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Oh, sabatons, right. With his notebook under his arm, the lieutenant crouches to inspect the soles. What kind of armor is this exactly? And what role does ceramic as a material play in armor? Please explain.
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide.
Is this a thing?
This is where the make would be.
I don't know that I understand the full capacity of ceramic, apparently.
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Vitreous enamel. I didn't think it was vitreous enamel. That explains everything. Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals? This material looks out of place here. Knock on the boot. Pull the boot off. Oh, that's a mistake. Don't pull the boot off. I'm going to say the material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
The lieutenant draws a line in the condensation on the ceramic with his index finger.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
I love that word, constabulary. The constable. That sucks, though, about 6 men lost to semi-automatics. How much are we talking?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
But we're worth it.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
But you can also just pick up bottles and make 20 a day. That seems like a better deal. Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real?
Not too much, yes.
Sounds puny. No wonder I can't pay my hostel bill. It's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by the locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't.
Why'd they leave the feet, though? You'd think those would be the easiest to get off. But maybe also the least useful? I don't know.
We should keep a lookout for this species. The armor could yield information.
Oh yeah, it doesn't fit.
This is one
I guess
thing
that's
he
fair.
might actually know.
Well, so long as your feet are smaller than them, you could pad out the bottoms. Or I guess the whole thing would just not sit right. The armor could yield information. He nods towards Kuno, who's eyeing you suspiciously. Is one thing you might actually know, right? Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there's no rest of the armor? No, well... I don't know about that. Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form.
How could this man afford such expensive hardware?
Synthetic.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report.
Oh, you've been scraping?
I'm sure you did the same.
Oh, you know I did. I definitely wasn't throwing shit out of my window and screaming at my tie.
He's not actually sure of that. He's just being tactful.
Okay, right. These look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on the boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
Oh, bell-like.
Like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
You ever see cartoons when you're a kid where they teach someone to pickpocket and they always have this like dummy, like a scarecrow with a bunch of little bells attached to it, and they have to like take something off of it without setting off any of the bells? For some reason, that hearing the word bell there just made me think of that. I feel like that archetype has been shown in many different stories. Is this a Naruto thing? Not really? Not that I can think of, but maybe? It does sound similar. No, it's from, like, childhood cartoons from, like, the 90s and stuff. I don't really know what it's from. Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally.
Yeah.
From plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
This is what Elon Musk says to himself in his own head about the construction of the Cybertruck, even though none of it is actually real or true.
Faint, organic lines cover the plates, where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates.
Oh, wow.
Until there are hundreds of them altogether.
Is this guy working for Crytek? Might be in a Crisis game, or would have been, if not for his life being cut quite short. Oh, right, they had to steal from Kakashi. I do remember that now that you mention it, yeah.
Like whirls of floorboards.
That wasn't the thing
design
I was
looks
thinking of,
organic,
though.
Influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony, perhaps.
I thought that said lingam vitae. The life and vitality of the lingam. What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like.
Oh, if trees were made of porcelain, the sound it makes when the wind blows would start really pleasant and end in a cacophony of disaster. Run your finger over the lines, dude.
The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice.
I think I peaked on the right sabaton as well.
The whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination.
Whirling in
E50,
rags.
100, 1000.
E50, 100, 1000. Is this like a new multiplication table I need to memorize? Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me?
No, I can't read. He tips the drying ball point of his pen on it. Don't do that. We're in the presence of rot, Kim. And you're licking your pen up all weird. All right, I say it.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
Neat. Why do we have to use the radio there? Why can't we use the one in our car? Fossilized forests out west are essentially trees made of porcelain. That's wild. Imagine it would sound like the tinkling of bone charms as the branches brush themselves. I don't really want to pull the boot off, but I feel like I should do it. It's gonna, like, break his whole leg off or something, because he's too decomposed at this point. This could go badly. What other options do we have?
Slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Yeah, look at the belt now.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch.
Okay. Does the shape of the knot inform anything for us? Is that like a knot that only one type of person would know from a specific trade?
This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt.
Yeah?
Big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's
Yeah?
used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Oh. Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo. Thank you, Encyclopedia.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the... we're saying apparently to our own brain. Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so. Or then again, what do I know? I don't even know what an airship is. I'll go with the top one.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
I feel like him really let us have that whole my brain told me so thing. By they, do you mean the Hardy Boys, or they sure wanted him to stay up there? The ropes reinforced with steel wiring. Yeah.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
I guess. By they, do you mean the Hardy Boys?
Right now, everything seems to fit their confession.
Right now, but probably not forever. How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
He points to the buckle tying the belt to the branch above. Did they climb up using the kid's ladder? Point to one side of the tree. No, we talked about that before, right? It's not stable for anyone of any weight.
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you?
It would have snapped or bits would have fallen off.
Pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
Okay, so we got a cowboy. Kid Rock did it. Back off. Look at the corpse.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt.
Cadaver.
Limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Okay, it's time to look at the tattoos.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing.
Cool.
Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
Sounds meaningful.
His corpse is marked by stars.
Are you a constellation? Do you contain multitudes? Are you filled with maggots?
Alcohol and heartbreak.
Oh, I said, what will mine be marked by? Is this a national pattern? Is this a map of the night sky? Or is this a microelectronic system? I want to know about that.
I have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
We're missing something here.
I agree.
A sudden ring fills the air as Lieutenant pulls down the zipper of his orange jacket.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm.
Is this again supposed to be stuff I did at the very beginning?
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Oh, he's got like a scope of some kind. Let the lieutenant work.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
Not this again.
An instant color camera.
Oh. He produces 2 metal-capped ampules and clicks them into place on the sides of the apparatus. A thin slot shines there.
This is the first time he openly acknowledges the kid's existence.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
He points the camera at the corpse, peering into it. The lens needs adjusting, then...
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
I love they've just got so much world building, they've even reinvented how cameras really work.
In case we need it.
The lieutenant says and shakes the paper, letting it dry in the cold wind. On it, a color-perfect copy of the dead man's tattooed chest. Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
He slides the camera closed and tucks it away on his belt. Well, I think I know what we need the photo for, but what do you have to say?
It contains insight to the victim's person.
Yeah.
By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter to us.
Can you tell that just by someone's build?
We'll need to show it around.
You could probably tell the opposite when someone isn't especially inclined toward physical violence, but you probably can't tell the affirmative. It seems a little bit of a weird thing to say, Kim. Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell. Okay.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
I'll try. I shouldn't probably ask for things, because I have lost a lot of things already, but he's very trusting. He hands you the piece of rolled up photo paper. It's no larger than a pack of cigarettes. Hey, thanks very much for the follow there, Otter Poppins. Glad to have you.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
If anybody needs to know, by the way, I have all of the prior sessions from this playthrough so far in a collection on my Twitch channel. This one will also get highlighted and put in there too, so it should be easy to reference if you want to watch them in sequence. I will continue to update that as soon as I can whenever I'm finished with a session. Finally got back into my account. How's it going? Oh, I'm glad you got back in. It's going fairly well. As have all sessions of this game, I'm having a very nice time with it. I haven't had a single bad time with it, really. Let's look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there.
Milky white.
Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
I've never heard of the death's head grin before. So I guess the muscle contractions, rigor mortis expression is what they're referring to by that.
Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
That's weird. Actually, that's not true. I did experience one bad time, and that was that we got a sort of a glitch. There was some bugginess happening, but we just restart the game, and it's okay. So, you know, the least important, not that bad time. This man enjoyed the moment of death. Tell me, who are you, dead man? I gotta go for that one. It's pretty high.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
I knew a lady that went there. Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
Okay, I'm not one to advocate for indie game crossover content, but I just made a sort of weird connection. Slay the Princess, Disco Elysium. Maybe? I don't know. Possibly. I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
You are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Wow, you seem not that great of a person then. Do you have anything better? I have another question.
Go ahead, Cobbo.
What's happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your...
Black, frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips. Gross.
Imagination.
My favorite part of my brain.
Yeah, man! Don't be crazy! Inanimate objects and dead people can't really talk to you. Your wild imagination is doing this. Ask some more of those questions you love so much.
Every time the necktie wants to interject, it's like screeching into reality again.
He loves those.
It's so good. Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony.
Copperoony?
Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Could go for some copperoony and cheese. Yeah, give me questions. Give me a comical amount of them.
Coming right up. Copperoony Rooney.
Is my name Rooney?
He's getting upbeat now. Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I'm obviously not a Rooney, no.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
Yeah, could I really be Harry?
You can be anything you want, brother Corpo.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Is this something about my wife? So that came up a bunch before. Who killed you?
Love did me in, brother Corpo.
Oh.
It was love all along.
But is it though, or is it like you're just saying love and it's actually like some dude shanked you and it really didn't have anything to do with love at all? Brotherly love. Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
I don't have anything else to do. This is all I have, because he told me to nod toward Kim. Maybe this will lead to something. Maybe something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous. Yeah, that one. The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. The face rotates before you slowly. I hate you, you stink, and you're boring. Or why were you feeling pleasure when you died?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
Why do they say that? What do they mean by rocks? There's got to be some way that came to be as a phrase. I don't know what that means. First, you have to speak like that. What dialect is that anyway? So you're feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you.
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
I thought it was autoerotic asphyxiation. He switched it around. Yes.
Captain Coppadromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
Okay, that's not very helpful.
He didn't choke himself. You know it.
Okay, so that means the only reason he could have been... I guess not the only reason, but a likely reason he could have been feeling pleasure when he died is because he wanted to be killed? Suicide by union? Because of some greater story that we don't have context for, maybe? I guess I'll just say enough, because I don't really want to yell at him. He's a corpse, and it's in my own imagination.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible,
yeah.
Also, see me in your dreams.
No. It doesn't really get much more memento mori than a literal corpse. A reminder of your mortality, right? I mean, it's just a rotting corpse. Squint and take a step back.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Green and pink. Yeah, I guess that would be the colors.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
This is really interesting. I was not expecting him to do that. What he just did there was a technique that art students use when you want to determine the values of something. When you're looking at a illustration, for example, a pencil illustration. You know how there's many shades of values from black to white. It's a gradation. The easiest way to differentiate those shades, if they're sort of ambiguous, because sometimes you've got two shades of gray that are similar, is you narrow your eyes, you squint. And the more narrow you can make your eyes, the easier it is to distinguish between those shades. And so he just used that to look at this scene like it was a painting. Which is a characteristic of this person that I've not seen expressed at all. That's really cool. I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
I actually did this a lot when I was trying to replicate things. I could use it on an actual three-dimensional object to try and see as if it was a flat plane. How does this compare to that sort of thing. Squint harder. His hands, or face and hands, are pink, thighs too, the rest is greenish.
Oh. You're trying to assess lividity.
Why did he snort? Something like that, maybe?
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
This whole thing is gross.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead. I don't know what to think. What do you think? Cover your nose, something is coming out of him. He's beaten up, see the bruises.
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Oh, it's the rocks the kid was throwing.
Jobs harder with their little
maybe.
sport.
Yeah.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
Oh my god.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Something's coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
They never cover that in the films. The purge liquid.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
How do you even know that?
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death. Number 3, oh my lord. I kind of want to say it just to like... never mind. I'll just say number 2. Oh, it's number 2. Do you think they did that on purpose?
Maybe.
Is he talking to me based on what I just said, or is he replying to the question? I think Kim is listening to me now in reality. Maybe he doesn't really want to dwell on it too long. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck.
He points to his fattened chin. I'm surprised they're spending this long talking about it, actually.
The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Could it be he was moved after death?
There's always a chance. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
Uh-huh. I do think he's dead, but that doesn't seem very helpful.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
How do we get him down, though?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
I feel like we're probably okay.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities blotched.
Of course. You have questions, don't you?
I'll just insult the corpse and see what that does.
The power of your imagination. Do I remind you of someone?
Oh, didn't expect that.
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism.
Oh.
Miraculously.
I actually have seen what that is, and it's one of those images that you don't want to look at.
You sure we got out of that one? Coppolini.
Coppolini?
Come back later, Coppo.
I don't know.
Amuse yourself.
Okay.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Can we borrow a stepladder? Oh, are we supposed to get up on top of the shed, maybe?
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
That's true.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We could saw the branch. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Maybe we could shoot him down. Maybe we can ask for help from the harbor. Yeah, that seems good. Help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't.
Oh.
The Union appeared to be suspect in this case.
Okay.
It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Okay, let's consider other options.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Can someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
I mean, someone who's below detective. You have a point there.
Sadly, yes. The whole RCM is out there right now, doing the exact same thing we are. Are we in a rush to help them? Not with this on our hands.
Right.
I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Shooting him down seems not great. Sawing the branch seems not great. I'm thinking we saw the branch and look how thick it is, it'd like crush the body or something. The whole thing's really precarious and it could result in the body getting mangled, us getting injured. Seems like a lot of hassle. Let's not do it. Don't think that's an option. Alright, let's see what he says when he says saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Chat, I wasn't saying I wasn't going to click on them. I was just working it through in my head, which is the next best option to go down. I know that I wasn't committing until it says commit, yeah. Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way.
Right.
With less falling down of trees.
Well, we're very quickly going down all the options here. Shoot him down. It's still a terrible idea. I don't even think we could do that if we wanted to. It's not gonna break the aircraft quality material.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
Oh my god. Shoot his head off.
How?
I don't know, you just like shoot up there, points towards branch. Just shoot the belt, the bullet will break it. I don't think it will, honestly, but that does seem like a better choice than shooting the... No, does it though? Maybe it actually is... Yeah, you know what? Looking at the tree more, the tree looks pretty dead. It looks kind of sturdy, but still dead. So maybe it's really brittle, and if you shot the branch, it would explode. Point toward the branch.
Yes, the buckle, where it ties the cargo belt to the tree. If the shot hits that, then
even better, releases the belt.
To release the belt.
It is a thick branch. I'm sure that they considered all of these things when they designed this model, which is so detail-oriented like that.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
Can you go away?
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
It is a pretty stupid idea, yeah. Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen? Do you have to, like, write up a report on every bullet you fire? Actually, don't. It has bad idea written all over it. Wait, let me try. Say nothing, let him choose. Say nothing, let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his
He might
jacket
have a better idea than any of that shit that I had.
and produces a lightweight firearm.
Oh no.
He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel.
This is so
separates
stupid.
the scouring stick and gives the cartridge 5 tucks.
5 tucks? That's so many.
That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world.
Is he secretly like the guy from the Olympics?
He then steps back.
Oh shit, here it comes.
Stess position, taking aim.
The fall
the
to
corner
us.
of his eye twitches. His finger is on
Follow
the trigger.
test position. Say nothing. I don't want to throw him.
He's gonna fucking miss.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Yeah. Well, so when we said, or could have said, what's the worst that could happen? A bullet could, like, ricochet off something and kill someone. That's up there.
He feels bad about it. About his eyes, mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
I wonder if I would have been more successful.
Fucking idiot! Mookaba asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Don't console him. Try again?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised.
He looks around at the windows overlooking the yard.
Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
Alright, what now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have the gun? I should try. I feel like I should do that, though. I don't know what to do. These are all terrible options.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks.
Oh my god, he's letting me do it. He pauses, then shrugs, and proceeds to load the pistolet.
Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
The piece shines in his outstretched hand.
They only have one gun.
Why do you care about that?
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana boyka. Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth.
Feel the weight first.
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
Maybe I'm like a marksman in a past life.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth.
Point the gun at the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your
really
feet
jumped
planted
in.
firmly in the ground. and
Also
your
the
left
yellow
hand
gloves.
supporting your gun arm.
Is this a dice roll?
Why don't you just shoot yourself
Oh
in your
no, it
mouth?
is.
At least you won't miss.
Close your left eye first. Point the gun. Oh, no. Do not point your gun at children under any circumstances. If I say shut up, they're probably going to make the most noise possible. Close your left eye.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. As you wait, your breathing slows down. Some mosquito-like organism buzzes in your peripheral.
Don't care. Don't pay attention to it.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Shut up.
What? You gonna fuck me?
Jesus Christ.
Is that what this is about?
There's nothing much else I can do. It's like a 1/3 chance, not even. It's hand-eye coordination. I could put a point in it. Sure. That's a lot better. It can't be retried, so here we go. Oh no, I shot the corpse, didn't I?
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel. Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon to see what happened.
Is that true? Does your hand go numb from firing a pistol? Maybe it's if it's very cold.
You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of ribcage protrude from the skin. No blood, only a murky sludge dripping down his belly. The sudden stink makes your eyes water.
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry! I knew it! What a
Are you? Because it sort of feels like you are. Please don't cry.
Give you the gun back to Kim.
We try something else.
You're very patient. He didn't even say anything. He didn't really belittle me at all. I mean, we're getting enough of it already,
Oh
but...
my god, what a fucking boring cop!
Nice shot, though. Fucked him up good.
Apparently we hit him in the center of the chest, but we were aiming at the branch? What?
He doesn't mean it in earnest. It's a cruel jest. He's going to say as much too. Just you wait.
Actually, it was... Kuno just said that because he felt sorry for you, pig. It's not your fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like, fucking hooves or something.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Lieutenant, we should entrust Kuno with your service weapon. He says he can shoot it down. That's preposterous. We're not giving you the gun.
That's preposterous! What are you, a fucking Earl?
We still need to get him down somehow.
His tone is growing tired now. The stench makes him turn away from the corpse. I had no idea we would spend this long trying to figure out this corpse situation. The whole situation. But how?
The bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
Probably, but also you did say they probably like lassoed it around the branch. It was much easier to put up than to take down. Well, there's another option. Leave him another couple days and probably his head will just come off from the weight. And then we get two pieces, but it's down. How do we get inside the harbor?
From the gates, by negotiating.
The cemetery gates?
I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret.
Yeah, I want a secret.
It's unlikely though.
Behind a waterfall.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
Negotiate. Negotiate. But won't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspect for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Evrard Clare? Very much, yes.
Is this really the best option?
I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches!
What's wrong with being indebted to Everett Clare? Well, probably we don't want to be indebted to people, just in general. Should have given Kuno the gun. He's so reliable and responsible in general, yeah. I'm thinking there was some better way that we could have gotten something to climb up onto. I know it's pretty high. But can't there be like a ladder? I guess there can't. I even put a point in for that, but, you know, you can't win them all. I've had really good luck with my dice rolls, so I shouldn't complain. Really seems like it'd be possible to get it down. That's what I thought. The hanged man's armor seems to be missing. Find out what happened to it. The kid throwing rocks at the corpses would be a good place to start. Is he going to tell me about the armor? I really can't handle talking to him right now. Oh, use Kim's shortwave to run the serial number. Okay, we could do it from there. I thought we had to go some other place. You have a photo of the hanged man's tattoos. Maybe someone can decipher them. Tell you what they mean. You should probably talk to the two people. You should probably talk to about two people about them for this. Did I just have a stroke? I can't understand that sentence. You should probably talk to about two people about them for this. It's just a very odd sentence. Somehow make it so the bloated corpse isn't up there anymore. Shoot it down or ask for help. Do something, you're a cop. Talk to two people about the tattoos. You should probably talk to about two people about them for this. Something's wrong there. I'm not gonna hold it against them, but it did gaslight me for a second, and I thought I was losing my mind. Okay, I think this is a good spot to stop for tonight. We have made a little more incremental progress, as we often do. The path has been made clear for the curse. We've met the dice lady. We've got a story to return to with that. We've taken shots at a corpse with some handguns. You know, what more could you really ask? Oh, well, getting into the harbor would be another thing to ask. But hopefully we will sort that out in due time. Whenever that due time might come. Ideally, that due time will probably come on Saturday, where we will return to Disco Elysium for a part 6. I will get this highlighted and put in with the collection, so if you missed any pieces, they should all be present there. And yeah, Doot time. The time for trumpets from skeletons. So I'll see you on Tuesday for some Silent Hill 2 remastered, rebuilt, reconnoitered. You know, it's a coal fire underneath a town. That's the secret. Rebloobed. There you go. Alright, I hope to see you then. Have a good rest of your evening. Thanks very much for stopping by. And